Modern medication did not work for me. Modern medication did not work for me. Modern medication did not work for me. Modern medication.
Hey there. Welcome to, once again, your Mercy TV, your source for news and information and much more concerning the medical cannabis issue. Indeed, as it unfolds not just here in Oregon, but across America and around the world. Greetings. My name is Perry, and along with Sunny and PK, we'll be hosting this segment of Mercy TV. And we've got a lot to go through and over, so
But
first things first.
we have to say, you people in the hospital, get a hold of a Cannabis Connection. Talk to your children and your doctors about the benefits of cannabis. You don't have to smoke it.
Well, and it's important because, you know, the people in the hospital are the ones that have went through all the treatments. They're there. They could get the most benefit. They, you know, they're the ones that are having the problems eating, sleeping. There's so many things that they could do by ingesting just some of the oils. And you know, that's the thing. By doing that, they could have such good results.
Quality of life.
Man, and we don't know that, but if they tried it, they could just, the ones that have done so good.
Right. I would say, au contraire, we do know that from our experience. You know, folks are coming in, or, you know, when they've contacted us, they've gotten their
Yes.
medicine. They've found that they've reduced their medications. You know, they're taking a dozen different medicines, many of them harmful or downright unpleasant effects to them.
Well, and when they talk to their doctors, that's what's important.
But after getting with the program, consuming cannabis on a regular basis, they're able to reduce it to like 3, you know, different medications. Instead of having to take them twice a day, they have taken them once a day, you know. And that alone improves their quality of life, you know. And furthermore, there's a dollar amount that goes with that. You know, those folks are going from like $1,000 a month on medicines to like 100, you know. And
If you're the patient and you're the one that's suffering and you're the one that's going through this, believe me, you're the one that really is concerned, Perry.
well, think of those benefits, you know, and not only that, but you're getting sleep. You know, you're able to get up and go about and do things, even work. You know, so folks are getting to, as we say, have a life, improves their quality of life, and you know, that's priceless. So.
Well, and today, with all this stuff going on with Jeff Sessions, everybody, you know, that's why the information and the education that Mercy TV is doing, that we don't want everybody to forget. That's what we're doing. We want everybody to know that it's so important every day, that this is why we do it. You know, it's so important.
Well, we have a lot of experience in having these conversations. So if your doctor is not on board with getting you with the program, helping to sign for you, if your family members, or if they have questions, you know, we get a lot of contacts from nurses wanting to know what the law is, as well as, you know, how it works. You know, they've had patients come to them, you know, with their teas and their tinctures and their oils, and we're talking oils that are organic based, so there's no, it's not like
No side effects like
well, there's no
some of the
flames, there's no
farmers.
explosions, there's no, you know, none of the thing that we'll see more of now with Jeff Sessions and the feds, you know, bringing reefer magnets back to life, letting it out of the box there. You know, and that's the thing we got to take a moment and point out, the ripple effects of this. You're going to see more money put to it, and when we just had this whole tax dollar, you think the military is going to get a big bump. So's DEA and the drug war, and it's going to end up in the HITA, the high intensity traffic area, that county by county drug war funding thing. So the HIT is going to get a bunch of money, and they're going to go local county folks, they're going to go local municipals and say, gee, don't you have a problem? We've got some money for somebody who has any problems, And so they're going to have a focus on arresting people, back to the bad old days of cannabis prohibition, and stuff. And, exaggerating things. We're going to end up with waste
to have
of
money available for where they need it.
Right, a waste of resources. Back in the bad old days, even during as recently as a couple of years ago, there was a raid on a medical cannabis group. They took like every cop in the 100-mile radius with them. Some poor gal called up on 911, was having a guy beat in through her door to attack her and crap, and the guy says, well, just try to talk her out of it because we don't have any cops.
And that's all wrong. That's all wrong. They shouldn't scare the people. We should be able to have this good medicine. Cannabis is good medicine. Everybody should be able to use it. Nobody should be worried about using it. That's the conversation that everybody should be having.
Right. So give us a call here at our show. We're live. And later on, we'll be seen by people on TV, not so live, and YouTube. Hey.
Don't forget to be a registered voter.
Right.
It's our privilege that we can elect or de-elect these politicians, these greedy little things. They're violating our civil rights in Section 20 of the state constitution, where it clearly says everybody should be treated equally. The cannabis patients are being treated equally.
Well, and that's what's so important, is that the patients could get so much benefit out of the medicine.
Well,
yes.
And we are trying to share that with them.
well, with everybody,
Yes.
because it's not just yourself or someone and care about could benefit, and as we talked about, go out, have a life, benefit society instead of costing it, things like that. But the cost it is to suppress it and keep it out, we're going to see a wave of propaganda and stuff that you're going to pay for, instead of having research and the benefit of it go out, and we, as a society,
Thanks on the line.
Oh, excellent. Go ahead, caller.
Hello, yeah, Dave here.
Happy
Hey, how you
New Year,
doing?
buddy.
Doing great.
How's it going?
Yeah, hey, we're doing great. What do you think about Jeff Sessions there?
Yeah, we were just discussing that. We were going to see more of the Bush League era reefer madness that we expect.
You what?
The more of the Bush League era reefer madness,
Oh, yeah.
especially the propaganda. We're going to have more about how marijuana kills and has no medical value.
Oh, yeah.
All that nonsense.
What I'm figuring is the main thing is the cat's out of the bag and then going back in.
Well,
Yes.
I've noticed that there was an extreme financial benefit that the governor put forth to the state
Yeah.
over that. So, yeah, that's going to be a hard nut for the folks to crack. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's an interesting development.
Unfortunately, we're discussing how it's going to affect the patients, and I'm afraid that they're probably going to get thrown under the bus, as it were.
Oh, that's not usual.
Because the main thing is that the thing that it is medicine,
Yeah.
and all that stuff should have a ripple effect, like here in Oregon, where we can't get the medical marijuana program to add conditions or reduce the fees or do anything even remotely beneficial for the patient community.
Yeah, I posted on Facebook. I said the organizations, the Oregon Cannabis Association, Oregon Cannabis Retail Association, and the OCA, the Oregon Cannabis Association.
Right.
Anyway, the two cannabis business groups. Hey, I wonder now. Well, I hope maybe they'll be selling off the big bucks to fight this.
Okay. Well, hopefully, some of that will trickle down, and we'll, see some good things happen for the patients.
Yeah,
But we really need to get OMA back the way it was, where we could have these community gardens where 2, 3, 4 growers could have 2, 3 patients and in an area, and everybody networked, and when there was a crop failure or they got robbed or some other thing, the other communities could help out, give them their access, plants and so forth, and vice versa, And the stuff wasn't diverted, and it didn't end up in the black market, and people had it, and it didn't cost them an arm and a leg,
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of people in hospice care, in home care facilities. There were people that were very, very, very limited income. Clifford Spencer, our good friend, who helped folks that were, the bottom of the low. The people that absolutely had no other means. And that kept them literally off the streets.
Yeah, Clifford's incredible, and definitely the patients take the back seat. Did I tell you I went to the Oregon Cannabis Commission meeting?
No, how did that go?
It went pretty well. I'm not as negative as I was, but
okay.
I was hoping that it's going to be something more than the ACMM, which I always thought was a paper tiger.
Right.
And so. But there seems some pretty good people on there, and so it remains to be seen what happens. But I'm a little not I'm not as negative as I was.
Okay, well that's not bad. There's hope then. But people need to stay alert and aware of that, right?
Yes, definitely, and yes, and 10 meetings. Unfortunately, of course, they always meet in Portland, but. They're going to try to have a meeting or two different parts of the state. The ACMM did that weekly, and I don't mean by the calendar weekly. I mean EAK weekly.
Yeah. We went through a lot of effort to cover them and get them out to the people and try to get people involved.
Yeah.
And we'll hopefully get better results this time, because it does need people to be involved, because the people are the only way they're going to control this commission.
Yeah. Well, there's quite a uproar rather about patients not being able to find growers. But of course, this session thing now is kind of over.
That's a wet blanket over the whole thing.
Yeah.
So it's going to take all of us together to bring OMA back to the way it should be for the patients and all of us, really.
Well, in fact. It's like when the session thing come about, I said to myself, well, okay, hey, job security for this capitalist. No, there's no money, but we got job security.
Right, yeah, just like comedians. Right, this whole administration, like I said, it's going to be like the Bush League, only worse, really.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I'll let you know about the OCC, and we're having our first 2018 Eugene Cannabis TV Monday.
Right.
We hope to be down there.
We're episode 667.
I have the link. That's EugeneCannabis.tv is your guys' website, right?
EugeneCannabisTV.com.
Oh, okay.
I think the website's up. I can't even think now. I have to go look at the web.
Well, I'll make sure I research it and post it on our website. Make sure folks get to it.
Yeah, you bet.
All right. Well, thanks, folks. That's Dan Kuzer, host of the Eugene Cannabis TV, which you folks can catch through a link off our website, and as well as catch it in the Eugene area. Stop in,
here.
be on the show.
You
Yeah.
betcha. Well, good
Right.
talking to you guys, and have a great weekend. Talk to you later.
Take
All
care.
right.
See you
Thanks.
Monday.
Thanks, Morrow.
Okay, see you. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you, Dan.
Good cannabis law reformer, been at it for decades, and thank heavens for it, because I don't
Right.
think we'd be where we are without
Right.
folks like him, you know.
Well, it takes those efforts.
Right, folks like, you
know.
know, because he does that organizing. He organizes the Million Marijuana March down there. Want to let folks know about that. It's coming in first Saturday in May. Used to have the tabling down there at the plaza at Eugene area there, like we should be doing. Used to organize meetings there. Again, something we should get back to. We need to get back to if we're going to get, OMA medical cannabis to where it should be here in Oregon again.
Well, and the patients are the ones that need to get it. It's so hard when everybody is sick.
We need to be registered voters, keep informed on what issues are being laid up. Get a Cannabis Connection. They have an article about the Cannabis Connection, or the new board that they have, talking about the benefits.
And you can get a link to the OCC at our website, mercycenters.org. There you'll find back issues, mostly where to get your OCC, and also have back issues there stored online, other fun and important information, recipes, growing. But there we'll have legislative stuff that's happening, the next bills that come up in the session. And certainly stay tuned to our website and other means for the voter's guide, because 2018 will be an important time to get rid of the prohibitionists who passed the bad laws that have negatively impacted OMA and hurt the patients in so many ways there,
It's the greed of money that these politicians have. You have heard all different things about their conduct.
Well, there's all kinds of money behind it, no doubt. But they then took that and played to fears,
Right.
played to the reefer madness, to put it,
Well, and it's still going on. And today, we, as a community, as a society, with all the information that we have, with all these smartphones and all that, we shouldn't be able to say we know better than that.
Well, I mean, it's like saying the earth is flat, to say that cannabis has no medical values. Say that it's really dangerous, and it kills people, and so you can't take a chance. Nonsense, Even if it did, there's lots of stuff that, it kills people, and we more than take a chance, And as for Jeff Sessions' claims, it's like heroin, it's nowhere near, In fact, they use it to get people off heroin. In Europe, other places, more enlightened civilizations, that's just not true. So people got to quit buying into the reefer madness and buy into cannabis as medicine. Get your card, talk to your doctor, talk to your friends, talk to your family, everyone around you, friends, enemies. And then, as PK says, register, vote, and vote smart. Go contact your representative. Find out where they are on the issue. Get rid of these, and at the same time, I think you'll find that you're getting rid of the one of the tax scam legislators, one of the guys or gals that voted against you on the health care, one of these anti-people, anti-health, anti-America, for gosh sakes, Nothing more American than growing your own.
Yeah. Our forefathers, they had fields of hemp, and sweet hemp.
Right.
And you can't deny that.
Mm.
And at one time in World War II, they encouraged the hemp growing for the ropes and other vital things to win the war.
Right. You know, and for energy, for stuff used in the machinery, all kinds of ways that it helped, and it was environmental before its time. You know, yeah, it's a real crime that cannabis in all its forms, in the hemp, in the medicine, and in even the you know, other areas. Like, you know, there are some groups that is for them it's a spiritual matter. It's not only used for enlightenment, for inspirational, but for religious purposes. So, you know, it's just a very small, self-serving, hypocritical too group, you know, because you'll notice that amongst the prohibitionists, when their little kid or when somebody there gets caught with cannabis or worse, you know, and all of a sudden it's no big deal, you know. We're not out there to get rid of cops who use cannabis. They're constantly reducing the standards for what you know, there, and that's great. You know, we're happy to have, you know, we had a lot of contact from people in all kinds of positions, the cops, the paramedics, all kinds of folks dealing with trauma, suffering from PTSD, and how cannabis, you know, helps them, and how they, you know, switch from alcohol and other things to the cannabis, you know, and but at the same time they're torn because the war on pot gives their administrations all kinds of budget dollars, you know.
And that's where people are. People are going, man, I don't know if the fear.
Right.
I don't know.
And it gives them the authority to stop people. Hey, I thought I smelled marijuana, you know. Pull over.
Man.
And we get to tear the thing apart and find look what we found here, you know. Of course, it was all BS. You know, was there any pot? No. Well, then how did you smell pot? Well, I thought I did.
So how far have we came in
You
this
know?
in this fear? You know, we got this fear thing going on.
And it still works today, and that's wrong. And it's because, boom, yeah, fear generated by propaganda, by BS, and that was a lot of monies. And that money came from people who profit from the wars, which is freaking Session and his gang, you know. You know, another thing when folks look at, you'll see the elements of the opioid crisis in this vicious circle, because the same folks who own that, who did that, also put monies to drug rehabs where the cannabis users are forced to. They keep you from having the cannabis and then capitalize from your suffering and misery too. And then they also bet I have money in the prison system, you know. So these people are doing it to us and profiting from us and preventing it, and
Catch-22.
and avoiding it by having cannabis available to them when they need it.
But our brothers and sisters
Also
should
drug
not-
dealing and profiting from that. And
should
boom,
not
you know,
suffer.
that's
Our
wrong.
brothers and sisters should not suffer.
Should not suffer in the prison, should not suffer from being denied cannabis as medicine,
You know,
should not suffer from having lives, from contributing to society. We should not suffer from having these people removed and benefiting. We should not suffer from having these jerks empowered to do this crap like opioid crisis upon us.
and that's why it's important to make sure you're registered. You know,
Absolutely.
We want to say hello and the good fortune of the parents for pot.
Yes.
They helped out
Right.
a lot of families over this holiday season, and they need your help as well as us.
Yes.
So get in contact with us, please.
Right on. See, there's another cost of this war on medical pot. There's these families who are refugees coming here from states where it's not possible, bringing their children who need cannabis as medicine, you know, just for that purpose. There's people who are here to be near their loved one who's in prison because of cannabis, giving cannabis to people for medicine, and more. And so there's all kinds. There's a number of groups out there. There's the November Coalition, who organizes a program of writing to these people who are in prison and so forth.
But Parents for Pot is a good one.
Parents for Pot lists all kinds of groups and people in this situation. God bless them. ParentsForPot.org. Check them out. Again, that's a link off mercycenters.org. Or give us a call at
And if you need an OCC,
Right. OCC talks about this and more all the time.
and if
And
you
we should too.
coming down to the station,
Right.
because
Mercy TV is filmed Fridays, 7 p.m. Come on down. Can be in our studio audience off camera with your questions, comment, curses, or kudos.
well, because you know sometimes people don't want to get on TV. You don't have to be on TV.
Right.
You can come down and be in the audience.
Still that stigma
You know,
and stuff.
you can
We
be in
could
the
probably
audience.
disguise your voice too.
All that stuff.
If you're that paranoid.
Or, yeah, what have you. And we have folks come on with their ideas, their ventures, their events, and more. So come on down.
Any Friday night.
Or give us a call. Hey, in any case, though, spread the word. Register, vote, get everyone you know to do so also. If they need any good reasons to, sit them down here Fridays, channel 23, or the other days that we're on. Visit our website for more on the schedule. Thanks a lot to the gang here at CCTV. They've been great. We wouldn't have done as much as we have without them. Thanks especially to our crew, Mercy volunteers there in the control room, Lance and Lewis helping us out, and Agent 420 .biz.
And want to mention Mike, who started the program, and Shauna, who helped it work.
Yeah. Couple of
We need your
volunteers.
help as well.
Yeah,
Well, it takes everybody, you know, it takes
Right.
everybody. Because all this information and education is for all of us. You know, look what they're doing today and look at how long this has been going on.
how far and wide. We literally get contacts from around the world. So if you end up helping us with our phone bank, expect to get calls, from all over. If you end up working with our website, you get our emails or posts to the bulletin board, you'll become familiar with the tools needed to translate it and find out what they say.
Exactly.
We need
So-
help into getting the program on the eBay too. Is that correct?
Oh, well, our Mercy gift shop, I suppose, our online store, sure. Folks visit it, and if you have ways to help out that or the website, let us know. In the meantime, we'll see you next time on Mercy TV.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You want to say anything before I turn it off, Glenn?
Yes, good night.
Good night. God bless you all, every single one of you.